It's Thursday, I'm Richard Matharoo. That means another episode of Free Coaching Thursday, where I answer your questions that I've received this week to help you implement some practical tactics to build a better business from home. I'll be back in a second with this week's episode. Okay, so I got the questions written down here. Let's take a look at the first one. Where are we now? Here we are. There are thousands of blogs similar to mine. How can I stand out? So this is a common question that I get asked a lot, right? It doesn't have to be just a blog. It can be a YouTube channel. It can be a Facebook account. It can be anything, right? How do I get marketing in a really busy environment, which is the network marketing industry? How do I get that to stand out, right? Just people go, wow, I want to follow this person. So what I would say first of all is accept that it's possible. Okay, there's lots of people, yes, competing in the same space with blogs, with YouTube, with videos, with everything, right? Every single person started from scratch. I remember when I first put my first YouTube video out there, it was awful. But I was like, okay, this YouTube thing seems to work. I'll put a video out there and then loads of people will follow me. And they didn't, right? It took a long time, a lot of consistency to really build that audience up. But build it up I have, and it becomes exponential. Like at first, I'd be happy to get a new subscriber a week or a month. Now I think I get something like 50 or 100 every single month at the moment, which is a massive increase for me. And that's just here on YouTube. My podcast started with 0 listens. Now I've got over 195,000 downloads on that show, over 1 million minutes watched on YouTube, over, I don't know even how big my email list is, but these things grow exponentially. At the beginning, you have to dig some ditches. And what most people trip up on is they lose the belief that it's actually going to be worthwhile. That's, I think, why most people quit. They go, well, this isn't working. This is a waste of my time. Let me go try some other kind of technique or tactic. And that's a mistake. If you truly, really want to commit to using content to build your home business, if you're like, I want to have a blog, blogging's the way forward for me, then accept that that is a standard of yours. It isn't going to be something where you're like, I'll take it or I'll leave it. It's going to be, I follow through until it works. Think about anything that has been huge that you've achieved in your life that seemed supposedly impossible or very, very difficult. Why was the reason why you managed to achieve it? What was different about that than lesser things that you couldn't achieve in your life? This was a big thing and yet you still knocked it out the park. It's going to be down to focus and belief. You didn't want to listen to the fact that it couldn't be done. You didn't want to even entertain that thought. You just wanted to find a way to win, find a way to overcome. Have you brought that same mindset into creating content for your home business? Most people don't. They're already 1 foot out the door before they even begin. So that's a big tip that I could give you. Something tactical would be to play to your personality. You know, I just turn this video on and I just speak, right? I give you my honest and open advice on the answer to these questions, and in my videos, in my products. I'm the same guy. You meet me in real life, you ask me this question, I give you the same answer. I don't feel the need to put on a facade, like a different personality, become a different person, try and wedge myself into a mold that isn't really me. And if you actually come out there and show your personality, let people in on the vulnerable things that have happened to you. Let people in on your likes and your dislikes. Filter these things into your information alongside the tactics that you're going to teach people and the practical, valuable information, then you'll gain a following. Some of you may or may not know I'm a vegetarian. I put that into my video. Some of you may or may not know I'm a father and I do everything for my family. You probably know that. If you follow my network marketing journey, I had 328 no's in a row. I've had sponsored over 700 people since then. I didn't have a father growing up. There's many stories and things about my personality. I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, right, that I filter in because it's me. And some people may go, oh, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I hate martial arts, don't want to follow that guy. But some people will like, oh, okay, I'll just mark that as a part of his personality, build a relationship, and that's something about him I can relate to. Same with other things that I share. Don't be afraid to be divisive. By that I mean say what you feel, say what's in your heart, and be true to yourself. And you will find that there'll be a group of people out there that can resonate with that. And even though you may not have the results that other people have out there, you're more alike them than anybody else. And that's the reason they'll follow you. And of course, always master your craft. If you're putting a blog, a video out there, anything like that, make sure that it's going to be worthwhile. Is it really going to help offer valuable solutions to people? Is it really going to help them in their journey? Even if it's just to pick them up, make sure the answer is yes. I know I always do that before I record a video. So that's my advice on that. Let's look at the second one. Which network marketing business is best suitable for those that can't leave home? So I would say that if you are someone that is really just pushed for time, you don't want to have to travel around, or maybe you have some kind of something about your personality or something about maybe a physical disability, something like that that makes it very difficult for you to leave home, then I would say look at the product that you're promoting and make sure that that is something that can be fluid. It's easy to market, right? You can do that online. Because guess if you can't do things offline, it's going to have to be online. So something where you're having to send out a bunch of samples is going to be difficult for you because you're going to have to keep leaving the house and going to a post office and sorting all that out. If it's something that is physical, needs to be demonstrated, something like that, again, that's not a really good choice. So off the top of my head, something like, say, travel. Travel would be a great product like this. Travel is marketed very well online. And the reason I like travel for this type of situation is, you don't have to, if someone says, I want to go to Disney, we don't have to give them a sample. I mean, like, you wouldn't want to give them a little piece of Mickey Mouse's ear, would it? That'd be freaky. But you don't have to give them a sample. Disney is Disney for everybody. I want to go to the Key West. Well, you don't have to send them a scoop of sand, lick it and stamp it. Here's the sample. Do you like it? Does that smell good? Does that feel good? Do you like that feeling? No, they know if they want to go to Greece, Australia, America, whatever it is, it's already where they want to go. You don't have to convince them of that. You just literally have to provide a product that can give them a good experience at a good price. And if you can do that, chances are they're going to say yes. But if it was like a milkshake, I got to find a sample. I got to find a post office. I got to go pick up sample. It's just there's a whole logistical aspect there that doesn't have to occur if you have something like travel. Or you may want to be an affiliate for something that offers, say, training products, personal development. There's companies out there that offer systems, software, training that can help people in many areas of their life. Again, that would be something where if they've already decided, hey, I want help with my mindset, and you can provide great training on that, you could give them a sample of that and it'd be just a video. You have to physically be there and demonstrate that, right? So that kind of product, I think, lends itself better. Also, understand that, the best way that you're going to build this is by mastering how you can generate leads and convert leads on the internet. Now, if you don't want to do physical stuff, face-to-face stuff, you're going to have to build a relationship via the camera or another medium. So get your marketing plan in place, get the right product plugged into that, and then start taking action. And you're going to find that serves you well. I got another question for you. I think I had one more, yeah. So what motivated, this is a personal question, and I like this one. What motivated you to start another business even after a lot of previous failures? So if you don't know my story, my wife and I, we created a health club, a gym. We did really well like the first year. The first 2 years actually, we started to make a lot of money. And like my trajectory was like this. I'm like, yes, I've done it. I've made it, right? This is what I was hoping and working for. We were working like 80 hours a week, working hard, but it was working, right? The money was coming in. We're going to scale it, going to create another gym and all this kind of good stuff. Then we got completely stitched up by a company, a group of people. My fault. I hold accountability. I put trust in the wrong people, but it backfired and we lost it all, ended up £50,000 in debt. So from this trajectory and earning like £15,000 a month, which was a lot back when I'm talking about like 2003 time, as a 21, 22-year-old kid, to all of a sudden I can't even put fuel in my car, I've got to drive the car back. I've got 3 weeks to keep a mortgage overhead, not making any money. So there was a lot of pain in that. But I wanted to, you got a choice, right? I'm looking at my little girl. She's 1-year-old Ava at the time. I'm looking at my wife. I'm looking at my life. I'm like, am I going to accept this is as good as it's going to get? Or am I going to look for a solution? And what I decided was I wanted to fight. I wanted to find a solution because my reasons for building a business hadn't changed. I wanted to start that health club because I wanted to be a good father. Even though I didn't have children when I started it. I didn't see my dad for 17 years. And I knew that when I had a child, I wanted to be there. I wanted to be a business builder. I wanted the respect that brought. And I wanted to have that lifestyle. And that hadn't changed. And I hadn't accomplished it. And I'm not a quitter. And I also understood that now I had a lot of knowledge. In business, when you take action, you win or you learn. I don't like the word lose. I think that's a perception. Like did I lose? No, because I gained so much more information that has allowed me to build an even better life than I could have done had that carried on being a success. There was a ceiling on that business model. There was only so many hours in a day, so many staff that were going to be decent. There was a ceiling on that, and it was killing us. Physically working 80, 90 hours a week isn't possible. So I reevaluated what I really wanted to do in life, took that information about not trusting certain people and looking for other qualities and being more self-sufficient, and managed to build a much bigger business that allows us travel and freedom and lifestyle and other things I could never have had at that previous business. So what kept me going was thinking about those original reasons why I got started, understanding they were still important to me, realizing I hadn't found a solution for them, and then the cold half truth of, do I want to quit or do I want to carry on? Sometimes we don't even know how to carry on. I didn't even know I was going to get into network marketing. I had no idea about that. All I knew was that I was going to look for some kind of solution, because I wasn't going to be the guy that half-assed it. I wasn't going to be the guy that put one foot in, but didn't want to bring the other one, and now was boring people in the old people's home saying I coulda, woulda, shoulda. I didn't want that to be me. So that would be my answer on that. If you're facing hardships, difficulties, if it feels like over and over again you're just banging your head against a brick wall, take that lesson and take a step back. Don't just go down with your head down and blinders on into the same scenario. Think about why it didn't work. Think about what you could do differently that you think would have helped it to work, the business, the project, whatever you were building. What did you learn from the mistakes that you just made? What information would you share with somebody if they said, hey, what would you give me an advice on how to avoid the failure that you just accomplished? What would you then say to them? Oh, well, I did this wrong. I did this right, but I didn't play to these strengths. I let these weaknesses get the better of me. What was it? Write that stuff down. Put it into a new plan and then get back on that damn horse, because the alternative is you quit. And I don't think if you're watching my videos and you're following me, you're a quitter, because I just don't appeal to that type of person. So let's accept that. Accept that you're born to be a winner. Accept that you're going to find a way of making it work. Just be a little bit more practical about it. Ask those important questions, feed it back, and get that new plan into action. That's all we've got time for today. I don't let these videos go much more over sort of like 10, 11 minutes. So I want to give you this information. I hope that you take it, use it. Maybe was there one answer that helped you more than the other? Did you get something from all of them? I'd love your comment. If there's something you want me to answer in a future episode for you, then let me know. If you are a network marketer, you want to know the truth about this industry, how you can build a business using the internet, I got that taken care of for you. richardmatharoo.com/webinar. That's a free resource I'd love to give you. If it's still available, there may be a couple of times left this week if you go check that link out. I'll see you on another video really soon. Go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses, and I hope to see your success really soon. Bye for now.